Seeing how episode 1 of Rumble Garanndoll made me excited for the next episode, it only makes sense that episode 2 does the same. Just like Talked Up, Rumble Garanndoll's second episode focuses more on world building and expanding on the characters a bit. But before I get to that, I would really appreciate it if you guys let me know what you think about the show so far. Drop me a comment down below and hey, maybe even like this video if it suits your fancy. Following the more action-packed debut, we get a quieter episode that focuses more on Rin and her backstory. She grew up loving the show Zaburn, and relates to his story of fighting evil in an effort to reunite with his parents. She also really wants to find the missing last episode of the show, so she can confirm whether or not he did end up finding his parents. Rin is definitely the standout here, and she comes off as really likable. There's a really funny scene near the beginning where it's revealed that her battlesuit while piloting the Shark 1 is just cosplay and serves no purpose. That's the other thing. The jokes in this episode are all really funny and clever subversions to mech tropes. The end of episode 1 showed the Shark 1 deactivating, revealing a mech exoskeleton. Well, it turns out that that's its true form, and the Shark 1 look is an illusion using particles and holograms. So it's literally rule of cool, and just for show. That to me is so funny, because it's just a shit exoskeleton beating up the Empire the whole time. The bad guys aren't so different either. Near the end of this episode, when we get a big action scene, the leader of the First Order descends onto the rebel base. His mech can fly, scaring the shit out of the rebels, since this should be impossible. And he's flying through thick anti-mech particles. But it's revealed that his mech is held up by wires and attached to their airship. What elevates this joke even more is Akatsuki, the leader of the First Order, preaching to the rebels about how they need to abandon their fantasies and accept the new way. All the while, he's partaking in his own fantasy and trying to look cool doing it. The way the rebels beat him is actually unique. Instead of a typical mech fight, Balzac destroys a pillar to knock down the airship holding up Akatsuki, and then they retreat. Honestly, I was surprised that they decided not to do another mech fight. I guess I got conditioned by Super Sentai to think that every episode ends with a terrible mech fight, regardless of how forced it is. Shots fired! But wait, I like Super Sentai. Anyways, the other thing I found interesting is Hosomichi and his boss Anju. Anju was Hosomichi's boss at the host bar, and he gets mixed up into this as well. He's a sleazy loan shark Yakuza type, so seeing him with the good guys is an interesting dynamic. I think it's pretty obvious that he'll turn heel and sell the good guys out, but the writing in the show so far is pretty clever. So hopefully they swerve us and he just sticks around being good. But so far, that doesn't seem to be the case, and he forces Hosomichi to pilot the Shark 1 like it's a job to pay off his debts to him. Hosomichi himself is really unlikable in this episode and comes off as a huge asshole. In comparison to his debut, where you can attribute that attitude to his dire situation of needing to fight to survive, episode 2 has him in a more normal and quiet setting, so his flaws as a person really show. I get the point is for him to rediscover his passion and be better, but it's not properly explained why he's like this, and I can't see this dragging on for more than one episode before it gets old and annoying. I really root for Rin more than I do for Hosomichi trying to be better. But hey, I guess that means the show has great writing since it's working me like a mark, and making me anticipate Hosomichi's face turn. Now that's gonna get a bigger pop than when Hangman Adam Page came back recently. Also, side note, but Commander Balzac has to be the greatest character in the show besides Rin. Not only is he the hot-blooded shouting general type, but he has traces of Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, where they have this really silly and almost idiotic personality to go along with their authority. Anyways, I think I gushed enough about this episode. Go check it out if you haven't already. For me, Rumble Garanndoll is the best anime of the fall 2021 season. Until the next episode of Sakugan comes out, then it'd be switched around. Well, anyways, if you made it this far into the video, it must mean you liked it, right? Right? If that's the case, then please like and subscribe to this channel for more of these reviews. Okay, thank you, bye!